Shelby Bonney, and I'm the host of the Innovator series brought to you by Technology for Obama. And it's such a pleasure to be here with Sukanta Ganguly, who's the CTO of Taking Point. Sukanta is, as most of you probably know, has been kind of a serial entrepreneur in the networking space and has worked a lot in security and storage. So it's such a pleasure to be here with you.
Likewise, thank you.
You yourself, so you have 3 patents that have been approved and you have 6 more that have been filed. So I'm curious, I mean, you've been yourself a innovation machine. I'm curious how you think about innovation and why some of the organizations you've worked with have been really innovative and why some haven't.
Innovation is a different way of living your life. You can't learn to be an innovator. It's something that comes out of you. And every human being actually is an innovator. It takes time for people to mature, to realize what level and what types of innovation a person, kind of suits their mindset, their thinking, and their understanding. And some do it at 15, some do it at 40. So it's driven by the force of doing something which is creative, doing something which is different from everything out there. Some of the companies that I worked in, people have struggled to focus more towards certain goals of the business, which sometimes stifles innovation. Sometimes it is a little bit of, cutting things too short, too early, before you jump into the drive of innovation. And sometimes it's business, competitive nature, money on the table versus money strategically involved, which is where some things can die. Which is why you see so many startups actually come up, specifically in the Valley, but all over the country and all over the world now. I've done startups in California, in the United States, in India, worked in China, in Tokyo, Japan. And I've always seen that the common characteristics of innovators is always about trying to create something different, standing out. It's not always about making money. When you're successful, money kind of obviously comes through.
And that's a good byproduct.
Exactly. It is always about doing something better that does not exist. And the fulfillment of somebody who uses your product or service kind of recognizes saying, oh, that product actually saved me 4 hours of my life, or 2 hours every day. That is what innovation is all about. And every innovator has that in mind. People who have made billions and people who have lost hundreds of millions, they always have that drive. The other thing that I've seen is if you're an innovator, you will always be an innovator. You can be boxed. You struggle, you suffocate when you're boxed. And generally, it's difficult for them to kind of, be in a controlled environment where they set guidelines, thou shalt do this and thou shalt not do that. It's hard, it's tough.
So it'd be hard to have a company of all innovators in some respects.
Absolutely.
No one would follow any rules.
Absolutely. It is very difficult if a bunch of innovators are all together and there is no steering force. Democracy works very well in innovation, but it has to be controlled democracy.
Right.
Some things you have to kind of let loose. And the nice part about creators, people who like to create, they know at what time they have to let it go. And the right people know when they have to give up. And unless and until you have that, you'll have a chaos, obviously. But you're right. I mean, it's difficult. It's very difficult that way.
Well, that is a great perspective. I really appreciate it. So,
thank you.
Sukanta, it's been a pleasure talking to you, and we look forward to talking more. So, thank you.